the Chiefs and the Panthers. Look, the Chiefs beat the Panthers, but Bryce Young, I thought he did a pretty good job.
I'm telling you. Hey, listen, had his best passer rating of the season versus the Chiefs. You know, I think, man, you look at it, what he's looked like since he's come back in the lineup, really, after that break. I think what's cool about it is we've had this conversation on the set at Thursday Night Football, and then we've also a lot of just, behind the scenes, us talking about quarterbacks and what we think the way you develop them is. What I think is really cool is, Fitz, you touched on this. I think this both kind of proves a little bit of the point Sherm always talks about, about developing, giving guys time to sit and watch. And then you've always kind of said that veteran quarterback that they get a chance to watch. And you look at this scenario, a little of both happened. Like he played early this season, struggled. Andy Dalton, who is like a pro's pro. I mean, you're talking about somebody who's going to do it all by the book. A great example to sit behind. And one of the things you always touch on is not just to watch the veteran, but the veteran quarterback actually like gets people the ball and actually like helps people develop, like some of the young receivers, some of the skill, the offensive line all of a sudden comes to life, the running game, like things start to kind of come to life for that. And there starts to build this confidence in the offense. And then you put Bryce Young, gets his opportunity to go back in there. And it's now this group now has a little confidence of what they do and how they do things. And now Bryce comes in. He's had a chance to watch Andy operate. And it's like all of a sudden he's playing with kind of a calm and a poise and bringing some energy and juice to the offense. And so I think it's cool to see him have this second opportunity this year, the offense being a different place and him continuing the positive vibes of they're playing really well.
Yeah, sometimes when you're playing and you're struggling at quarterback and your team's not playing well and you're getting criticized from every different direction, it's a little bit like being in quicksand where you can't get out. And the more you struggle and the harder you try and the more you fight, you just keep falling down into the quicksand. And so with him to be able to take a seat to watch Andy, that happened to me quite a bit in my career where I was a starter, then I wasn't, then I went back in, then I wasn't, then I went back in, then I went to the bench. The best example I can give you, 2014, Bill O'Brien. I'm on the Houston Texans. It's his first year. I start the year. I end up getting benched maybe halfway through the year, maybe 5, 6, 7 games in. I take a back seat to Ryan Mallett, rest in peace, for a game or two. And just to be able to take a step back and watch from the sideline and to, just catch my feelings, to relax a little bit, to calm. I came out when I went back in 2 games later, 6 touchdowns, no interceptions. And so from that time, every time that happened to me in my experience, you use it as a good thing. You use it as okay, I get to now hit reset. I need to find my confidence. And then when I go back out there, these are the things that I'm going to do to play better. And you could see it right now with Bryce Young. And in a way, Anthony Richardson, same way, he struggled a bit today, but we saw a good performance out of him last week. And it's not a bad thing to take a back seat, hit reset, work on some things, work on yourself, and then go out there and play again. But I want to talk about the Chiefs. I want to talk about the other side because this feels like me and you both agreed last year, and we said it on our show on Thursday Night Football.
Tony was mad at us.
He was pissed, and so were the fans. The Chiefs need to lose some games.
Yep.
And I think at that point they were maybe 6-1 or 5-1, and they lost 4 of their next 6. But we saw it as a good thing. We saw it as a good thing because sometimes when you're winning games and you're skating by, you're not addressing all those little things that are building up. And when you lose, you have to take a step back and address them. Well, the Chiefs 3 weeks ago, they beat Denver by blocking a field goal. And then last week, they lost to Buffalo. And then this week, they win by 3 points. Last second field goal to Carolina. There's some things going on with the Chiefs that are getting swept under the rug right now because they're winning, because they're, skirting out these games, but they're going through it again. But the problem I have, though, because I said all this last year, I didn't think they were good enough to win a Super Bowl last year. What'd they do? They proved me wrong. So what do I know? They're probably going to do the same thing this year. They're going to win all these close games. Highest winning percentage, 1 possession games for a defending Super Bowl champion ever. 80% of their games are winning by 1 score. But they're going to do it again. I'm sure they're going to win the whole thing. But again, I don't think they're good enough to do it, even though they're the best team in the AFC and in the NFL right now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's been some things that have shown up. I think there's some moves, though, I do like. One, you get excited Pacheco's coming back. I think offensively, he's just a guy that brings a lot of juice to that offense. I mean, you look at their playoff runs, when they've really been rolling, there's just some kind of energy. They all feed off of him, the way he's constantly running. Even though it feels like he gets tackled, he gets up running, which I love, is that he brings something to them. I think there's always those roles guys have on a team, and he is the energy bunny, kind of the energy bus for them, if you will, that just feels like they all feed off of him a little bit when they're together. And then I actually love this DJ Humphries move. I mean, if DJ's healthy, this is a difference for them, because I've said multiple times this year, the Chiefs, really their success level could come down to the left tackle position. Like eventually in a game, it's going to cost them, some of the penalties and mistakes, and just never really, they didn't hit there as they thought they would in the draft. And then even the backup hasn't played as well. And I think this DJ Humphries thing, if he's healthy, DJ Humphries is a heck of a football player, and that adds another element to them to be able to give Patrick more time. And he's an athletic guy. If he's healthy, they can do some things with him that they couldn't do with other guys. So I'm excited about that move, because I think when you start to add some of those pieces, it just looks like another situation where Kansas City just finds ways to win, and then at the end of the year, they've got the right guys in the right spots, and they're just tough to beat. It's what they do. Now, while I do say that it is concerning 2 weeks in a row defensively, teams have been able to hold them off the quarterback for the most part. They've really could have been a game-winning opportunity for Carolina to be able to go down there and tie the game up like that, take it, with a chance to go to overtime. I mean, that's something you don't typically see out of them. And so there is concern, but you know what? They're the Kansas City Chiefs. We're going to get to see them this week. And Fitz, you think there's a chance you're going to get to meet Taylor?
You know what? I'm not even going to bring it up, Whit. I don't. Yes, I care. Yes, I would love to, Travis, if you're listening.
You don't care, but Travis, if you're listening.
No, you know what? I'm not too concerned about that. I've got other things I'm concerned about.